What are you doing? What? Where are you trying to go? She's like, let me down, Mom. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here, Mom. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hey dudes, couple things. One, I am really sorry for not posting last week. I didn't really have a chance to film it all. If in the future I know that I'm not going to be able to film for a week, I'm going to try to pre-record one so that I can always have one out for you guys. 1 or 2 videos a week. Whatever is possible for that week. But yeah, just to let you guys know, I'm sorry I didn't forget about you guys or anything. I felt really bad. And then the second thing is, we are almost at 500 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. When I started making videos, I didn't ever expect to like surpass 100. Thank you guys so much. I'm glad that you guys are liking the videos that I'm putting out and stuff. It makes me happy. I read all your comments and you guys are so sweet. Like, you guys are the best. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. So I've been thinking about making this video for about 2-ish weeks now. I go on Reddit like pretty much every day and I read subreddits like No Sleep, Short Scary Stories, Human Encounters, or Humanoid Encounters. I think it's Humanoid Encounters. And then I also really like Glitch in the Matrix, which is basically what it sounds like. If you guys have seen the movie The Matrix, if you haven't seen it, you need to go see it. It's probably my favorite movie ever. I'm so obsessed with it. It's so good. It's a subreddit basically dedicated to documenting experiences by other people that would hint towards us living in an actual computer or just simulation. I was reading a lot of those and there were a few about death that I read that I thought were very interesting. A few days after, I was like still thinking about those experiences people said that they had, and I was like, well, what if that is real? So I looked it up and apparently it is a big theory. It goes back to parallel universes and parallel dimensions and that whole thing, that there is always another scenario where something that you did in this world didn't happen or happened in the other way in another dimension. So my dog just snored, sorry. That would make sense because if you die here, there's going to be another universe somewhere where you didn't die. So the whole theory is that when you die, you just jump to that universe that you didn't die in and you continue living your life there. You still remember that you did pass away, which is why people have these experiences of saying like, I died and then now I'm here. Your life ceases to exist in this dimension that you're in right now, and your family, your friends go on without you basically, but you are alive in another dimension. So before we get into the Redditor's post, I just want to give you guys what some scientists are saying on this topic, just to open your minds up to the possibility that this might be real. I'm not saying it is definite, but I'm saying that it could be. The truth is, we don't know what happens after death because when people die, they're not around to tell us what happens to them. You'll never experience it until you die yourself. Theorizing about death is something that researchers, scientists, some scientists like to do, and this is just one of the many theories that people have. There is a scientist named Robert Lanza who believes that there are multiple universes, that when we die, we just get transported to those. His thought process is that life will not cease to exist. Mostly everybody in the world has this idea that the universe is supreme, meaning that the universe will live on forever. It is this one thing that is central to all of us. Although we may come and go, the universe will always be there. Robert Lanza is kind of flipping the script and saying that no, the universe isn't supreme. Life is supreme. So instead of the universe always being there, life is always going to find a way to live on. I hope that makes sense. So if you take into account what Robert is saying, that basically means that when somebody dies, their life and their consciousness is going to find another way to continue itself somewhere else. Which it might not be in this dimension, but if you believe in the parallel universe theory, then why wouldn't you jump? If you think about it this way, we can never really die. For whatever you do in your life here, there is always going to be another dimension where you did the other thing or where you didn't do what you did. So say for today I'm wearing a blue shirt. In another dimension I might be wearing a red shirt or a green shirt. There's another dimension with all of us in it, but we're all making different choices than we did here. So Robert Lanza's theory, connected with the parallel universe theory, means that if we die in this universe, that means there's another dimension out there where we didn't die, where we didn't take that choice to however we died. You get transported to another place where that action didn't get taken, so you didn't suffer the consequences. In that sense, life is supreme, like what Robert is saying. The universe isn't forever, life is. That means that whenever you die, you are just going to be transported to another place where you didn't die, basically living on forever. So connecting back to the Reddit users who had these experiences where they had a glitch in the matrix, as they call it, a glitch in the matrix, it's basically a similar thought process of, I took this action, I saw myself dying, I blinked, and I was back to before I took that action. Let me just get into it. So we're gonna go ahead and look at some of these posts that Reddit users have made. So I'll put the Reddit user's name of whose posts I'm reading up probably in this corner because it's the easiest to see text up here because it's a blank color, just so the users can get credit because I am using their stories. I forgot to mention that this is also called quantum immortality. I believe that is the scientific phrase or jargon or whatever you want to call it used to describe this phenomenon. This experience comes from the user Neurotrance, and it is titled Died on the Corner. Just started looking through this subreddit and just had to share my story. About 4 or 5 years ago, I worked at a Little Caesars Pizza. Usually I would work inside on the pizzas, but we had just started up this Monday Madness deal where pizzas were only $4 on Monday, so we needed someone to advertise. I was a wild and weird metalhead, so I took up the position on Mondays of just going out there, throwing around a sign to get attention, and bring people in for pizza. Not exactly glamorous, but I had fun. One day, while I was out there doing my thing, I see a van coming straight at me. It jumps the curb and slams into me, and I feel it crush me against the electrical box controlling the street signs. I see a quick flash as the traffic lights flick off, then black out. I gasp, and I'm still on the corner and nothing has happened. No van or anything. Well, I was a little shaken up, so I decided to pack it up and walk back to the store for a break. I walk no more than 15 feet away from the corner when I hear a crash. I look back and a van had just hopped the curb into the electrical box, and I watched the traffic lights flick off. Needless to say, I took the day off. Still think about it from time to time. So that's just one experience that people have, but that's basically what I'm talking about. You experience yourself dying, but then you hop to another place where it is presumably another dimension, or a reset or something. So this experience is by Space Penguin and it's titled Time Refraction. I was skiing last week with my friend who's a snowboarder, and we were the last people on the lifts as one of the operators had informed everyone that they were closing it due to high winds at the top. I told my friend I'd meet him at the bottom since I like to try to go super fast on open trails, and he likes to go slower and carve. We were dropping in off a pretty steep bowl, and I figured, hell, there's no one here. I'm gonna try to bomb a little bit, and I went fast towards the tree line. Here's when it starts getting strange. As I approached the trees, the snow had gotten super choppy, and I felt myself losing control of my skis. My right leg caught an ice chunk, and the last thing I remember was hitting a rather large tree straight on. Very oddly, I didn't feel any excruciating pain, as hitting a tree that fast would have broken most of my bones, if not killed me instantly. People die all the time from much more mellow collisions. I remember only being able to see a soft white glow, and the air around me seemed to be humming with electricity. The white light faded to black, and when I opened my eyes, I was waiting in the lift line at the bottom of the trail. I had no memory of the rest of the run, and it was like I'd just been dropped there. I must have looked like a total moron, taking my skis off and looking at my legs and arms as if I had just grown them. There wasn't a bruise, scrape, or mark on me that hadn't already been there, but somehow I was sure I had hit a tree face on, topping speeds of 50 miles per hour. When my friend came down from the trail and I asked him, "Did you follow me on that run? Did you see me crash?" And he just looked at me like I was insane. All he said was, "I lost track of you once you hit the tree line, and I didn't bother keeping up because you love to go fast." Once I got on the chair, the lift operator told me I looked pretty visibly shaken and asked if he needed to call a ski patrol. So we're gonna go ahead and read one more of this video. There are a ton, so if you guys do want more of these stories, I can always make another video, but I think 3 for this video is enough for right now. So this one's really short. It's by Swerk1234. And the title is, I remember dying, but it never happened. Yesterday, my family and I took our boat out. My father had just bought a new tube for it, and my sister and I were taking turns tubing as it was a one-person tube. My father has a bit of a drinking problem and was, to the best of my knowledge, really drunk by the afternoon, but I decided it would be fine and I got on the tube anyways. I remember him ripping me around only to see another boat coming at me. It hit me. After that, everything goes black. I woke up today in my bed, being shocked that I was not in a hospital or injured at all. I already suffer from mild anxiety, but it's safe to say I had a full-on panic attack this morning. This is not right. No one has said anything about an accident or why I am here. I am not supposed to be here. What is going on? Okay, so reading the comments of this last story, people are saying quantum immortality, you just jumped into a body that hadn't been in an accident. So yeah, the theory is called quantum immortality. You will always just transfer into another body that wasn't in the accident or that has enough time to react to the accident so you get out of the way in time. I think it's gonna storm. Let me know you guys' thoughts. I hope I explained it in a way that makes sense. So do you guys think this is possible? Do you think it's not possible? Would you like to see more evidence before? Or what? Just tell me your thoughts. I would love to hear it. I read all the comments and I try to reply to all of them. Let me know if you guys want more videos like this where like we're talking about theories or reading more Reddit stories, or if you guys want another video where I read more quantum immortality experiences from Reddit users. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye everybody. Super fast on open trails, and he likes to go slower fast on open trails, and he likes to go slower and you will always just transformers from what's in disguise.